And it seems that there's several things really. One is out-of-date IT systems, which just haven't been keeping up, and then so much manual entry into those systems, very complex, out-of-date, antiquated systems, which just have meant that when people are changing and when they have different life events, um, then things can just be massively problematic for them, and they miss out on huge amounts of money. So the three categories which are really affected are people who have small pensions and then their spouse becomes a pensioner, people who are widowed and they should have had some of that pension from their other half transferred over to them, and then thirdly, people who are get a very small pension but have hit the age of 80, at which there's a guaranteed minimum pension, and some of those people haven't been getting that guaranteed minimum. So those three categories are the main ones, but it is a big issue and it affects well over 100,000 people across the UK.
Well, the Department for Work and Pensions has said that it has started an exercise to correct the errors, but apparently this is the ninth exercise of a similar type.
Yes, no, they have. So they have been looking at this. They have put quite a lot of people onto it, but they've already spent £25 million on staff costs trying to address these errors, and they have only reached a proportion of these people so far. And it looks like they might not even be able to reach some of the people who are still alive, because people have moved away, or it's very difficult to find their details because of these antiquated systems that they have. So there will be people who will have gone through their life and have died and have not received any of this, and we just don't know. We cannot find from the DWP at the moment, through our work with the National Audit Office, we just cannot find how many people have actually are in that situation, very sadly.
Do you believe that there were missed opportunities to identify the problem sooner?
That's certainly the case. I think also, and some of our recommendations are very clear as well in this report, that the DWP now need to really get their act together and reach out to people. They've been far too slow at reaching out to people who might have been affected by this, and we have to see them take much swifter action now. It's just totally unacceptable that people can be left, with they should be getting some of this money. It's their money. If it was the other way around, the DWP are normally pretty good at clawing back overpayments, but they're nowhere near as good at pushing for these underpayments to be sorted out, and we have to get that sorted out. And one of the other things we're concerned by is the knock-on impact that diverting so many staff to this is now having on those new pensioners, age 66, now joining, and getting their state pensions, and those being delayed. So we need them to get this situation sorted as quickly as possible, because it's just unfair that people have been left in this position.
Well, if there is somebody watching who believes they might have been underpaid, what can they do, if anything?
Yes, they need to get online and have a look at the pension system. There are links through the DWP website, through gov.uk, and they can lodge an issue there. But particularly, and if you were married to a man, we got married before 2008, and they got their pension before 2008. Really important. If you're over 80 and aren't receiving at least the minimum over 80s pension of around £82 a week, I think it is. So if you're not getting that, then definitely get in touch. And if you've had a relative or friend who's died and you're the next of kin, then also to check it out, because there are people there who should, this money should have been passed on in people's lifetimes as well. And so there will be there are likely to be tens of thousands of people who have passed away, who this is their money and it should have gone to them during their lifetime.
Well, Richard, thank you so much for raising this important issue. But finally, before we go, I do just want to ask the topic on everybody's mind, Boris Johnson and the Downing Street parties. As a member of the Conservative Party yourself, there is an ongoing talk of a vote of no confidence in the Prime Minister. Where do you stand, and could we be looking at a new leader?
Where I stand is I want to see this Sugro report, warts and all. We need to know. There's been so much reporting, as you'll know, over the last few weeks of different things, that allegations of different things have happened at different times. I want to see it all out there. I think there's been too much obfuscation. I think we need to now get that Sugro report out there, see entirely what happened, and then we can all make a proper judgment in the coming weeks. But I will take nothing off the table at this moment. I think we need to see that Sugro report.